Thank you, Deputy Speaker. Today I rise to speak on this condolence motion on the very sad and tragic passing of Lance Corporal Jack Fitzgibbon. I pay my respects to Jack's family and loved ones, to Cass, Joel, Di, Caitlin, Grace, to Joel, who has always supported me over many years, visiting my electorate of Gilmore many times in his agriculture portfolio and here as a Member of Parliament, and to all of Jack's dear Special Operations Command workmates and friends. I know that you are all going through the most inordinate amount of pain, but I hope that some comfort can be taken from knowing that Jack passed away doing what he loved and for his country. Deputy Speaker, Nowra in my electorate is home to the Special Operations Command's Australian Defence Force Parachuting School, where in early November last year I had the honour of doing my ADF parliamentary exchange. Before I went there, I did not know anything about Special Operations Command, nor about ADF parachuting. But as I went around and talked with various SOCOM Defence members, I began to get a real appreciation for the work they do and the way they carry out their work. They were open and honest. They answered my most basic of questions. In that 3 days, they did their best to leave me with as best as possible understanding of the ADF parachuting school. But what I went away with was so much more. The relationship between 2 Commando Regiment, Lance Corporal Jack Fitzgibbon's unit, and the parachuting school. That 2 Commando parachuters often travel to Nowra to do their parachuting proficiency jumps. I also found 2 Commando members on course at the ADF parachuting school. And then there are the ADF parachuting school instructors and 2 Commando members doing rotations between the units. But now, thankfully, I understand that a bit more. It is, after all, such a necessary relationship, training our Special Operations Command members to be able to carry out their vital work, so they can go back to their SOCOM units and carry out ADF parachuting exercises, parachuting jumps at night from high or lower altitudes, in freezing temperatures, parachuting into hostile situations, parachuting in humanitarian aid and infrastructure. Most people in our communities will never really know or understand what our Special Operations Command members will go through. But I can say from my time at the ADF parachuting school that I deeply appreciate and have great respect for what our Special Operations Command members do. There's no fanfare, they just get on with it. And that's how Jack, a popular guy, has been described. A no-fuss kind of a person, confident yet modest, charismatic yet humble, compassionate yet ruthless. Deputy Speaker, people in this place will know that I experienced a canopy malfunction and cutaway during my ADF tandem parachute jump. I knew that when I stepped out of that plane that all steps had been taken to mitigate risk, but sometimes it isn't enough and a random accident can happen. ADF parachuting, by its very nature, is inherently dangerous and risky, but it's also so necessary for Special Operations capability. And that's what makes our Special Operations Command parachuters like Lance Corporal Jack Fitzgibbon so special. I can now firmly see why they love parachuting. The adrenaline falling through the clouds, that feeling of gravity and your senses really feeling alive. I can honestly say that I now crave that feeling every day. Simple things like feeling the wind or rain on my skin. I was out the day that I heard of Lance Corporal Jack Fitzgibbon's passing. It was not until I finally stopped that evening that I read that Jack had passed away as a result of an ADF parachuting incident. My heart sunk and I felt shattered for Jack's family and loved ones, for his workmates at 2 Commando, the wider SOCOM and Army family, and for the SOCOM members at my local ADF parachuting school and their loved ones that I knew would be hurting. There have been many wise words of advice given that even I have struggled to comprehend. Lance Corporal Jack Fitzgibbon was doing something that he loved. It's a dangerous activity, but it's the nature of the work SOCOM members do to train to protect us all. May Lance Corporal Jack Fitzgibbon's family, loved ones and friends take solace in that Jack was doing what he loved and for his country. May Lance Corporal Jack Fitzgibbon rest in peace, lest we forget.